Another thing you can do in Premiere is animate your media. So here I just have some GIFs that I created that I dragged onto my timeline sequence. You can see that this is how it looks just now. Eventually, I'm going to want these two to also loop up to match the length of my library.gif. But I first wanted to apply the animations before I make it loop. So here I am. These are my four basic windows. I am on the editing window. So here you can see my source. I'm going to go to Effect Controls, click on the part of the media that I want to animate, and then you can see here that I can adjust the position, the scale, the rotation, and even move the anchor point of my media, which is really useful if I wanted to move or rotate or scale my object around a different axis than it's currently on. I can also adjust the opacity. And so you can see here by each of these different properties that I can change, there is a stopwatch, and this stopwatch means toggle animation. So here, let's say, so binging is my eye up here. I want to change the scale of it. You can see that it made this little diamond shape. You can see that it made this little diamond shape in the beginning of my timeline for this particular piece of media. I can move it a little bit over I can move my time bar a little bit over and then change the scale of it slightly. So I'll scale it up, and then you can see that it automatically creates a little diamond for me that I can play around with over here. So I'm just going to have it scale up and down and put this at the end so that I can make it loop easier. So you can see that it scales, and then if I were to hold Alt and drag this over behind it, you can see that it kind of pulses. You can also change the keyframes after. So let's say I wanted like a mini dip in between. So I want this to be my normal size, to grow bigger, and then make it smaller than my normal size, and then go back to my normal size. I can still copy, so select this, click Control C, and then paste, Control V, and then it shows my keyframe here. I can use these arrows to jump between my keyframes, and here I will scale it down to like 20%. And here I can see how that looks. It's a little too abrupt for me, so I might just change everything back. So here I am. If I Control Z a bunch of times, it already got rid of that keyframe. And if you want to delete all your keyframes, you can just hit this blue um, stopwatch again. It says this actual will delete existing keyframes. You want to continue, and then you can hit OK, and now it will play normally. So I'll delete that and move this over. And again, you can do that with all different kinds of properties. In here, you can even do it with if you had different effects on it. You can change the effects. So let's say I had like a blur effect. I can click on my effects bar. It'll pull it up here. Let's see, video effects. I can do blur and sharpen, Gaussian blur. I'll put it on my love library. You can see down here, it shows the blurriness if I toggle that animation. And make it so that I can see my keyframes. I can make this, let's say, 100% blurry at first, and then come into focus, so that's 0% blurry, and then copy and paste my 0% blurry. So you want keyframes to like hold the properties. So if I didn't have this keyframe and I wanted to go back, just copied and pasted the 100%, then this entire time you can see that these numbers go down. That's the length that it will span this property change. So I want a keyframe of the 0 to make sure that in the middle here, you can see the love library clearly. So I can just play that really quick. I might want to make this a little longer so then you can see the blurriness come in and out. Yep. Okay. And then for my reading one, I think I just want like them to change position. So if it's looking to the left, I'm going to move it slightly to the left and then move it to the right. And then just copy that so that loops. So that it's like moving around, like a whole head is moving around in the shadows. I can kind of just keep clicking and dragging this, but I could also change the time of my binging one so that it matches up correctly. I might make all of these like 20% faster. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Yep, and then I can just export that media, and this is what it'll show.